So this is real interesting because we were just talking about this the other day in a recent video, and now a report has come out about what went wrong with Liv Morgan's return. So let's go over what this report revealed about Liv Morgan's return and why everything played out the way it did. This originally started in late 2019 when Liv Morgan was finally freed from the Riott Squad and brought over to Smackdown Live. Reports were claiming at the time that WWE loved all the members of the former Riott Squad, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. But Liv Morgan was WWE's favorite out of the three. It was even said that Liv Morgan was set for a major singles push on SmackDown. So last year, on a July edition of SmackDown Live, Liv Morgan interrupted Charlotte Flair. They went back and forth on that mic, and that set up their one-on-one match that night. So at the time, we all assumed this could be the start of that singles push that was being reported for Liv Morgan. But that turned out to be wrong. Liv Morgan lost that match, then went over to commentary to say that Charlotte was right about her and that she was going to take time off and come back when she was real. That was it. Liv Morgan was off TV and never heard from again for a handful of months. However, what kept Liv Morgan in the headlines was the teasers and everything else she was posting online. Liv had one of those videos of her cutting her pink hair off and the other one of her sitting in the rain. Those videos and teases were the foundation of all the theories and speculation that were made of her return. When we all saw those videos and teasers like that, we all thought that this character was taking a dark and twisted turn. Sort of like what Bray Wyatt's character went through. That's when fans started relating everything Liv Morgan was doing to Bray Wyatt. That started the huge theory of Liv Morgan joining Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse. This theory really took off and everyone was talking about it and giving their thoughts on it. It was probably the biggest fan theory in a long time, and everyone talked about it so much that the community pretty much got tired of hearing about it. It was a fun theory and something that definitely would have been 1,000 times better than what they actually did with Liv's return. It was also pretty cool to note that WWE acknowledged the theory on multiple occasions and gave a few nods to it. One of those nods was when they were uploading WWE 2K20 mashed up entrances. And one of the ones they posted was Liv Morgan coming out with Bray Wyatt's entrance animation. Then another nod that some fans noticed was when Bray was feuding with Miz. Bray left a blonde doll in Miz's daughter's room, and the doll had blonde hair with light pink strands in her hair as well. Some believe that this was another reference to Liv Morgan, who has both blonde and pink hair in the past. But Liv never had anything to do with Bray Wyatt, would just end up returning during the wedding a few months later. Real quick, if you made it this far and enjoy what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. A large percentage of our viewers aren't even subscribed, so take a second to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the new daily videos. Let's get back into the story. Now we're all caught up. Let's get into this new report and see what were the original plans for Liv Morgan's return. The decision and idea for Liv Morgan to return during the wedding was reportedly a Paul Heyman idea. It was something Paul Heyman did 25 years ago in ECW. So he wanted to bring back the idea for the segment between Lana, Bobby Lashley, and Liv Morgan. Basically, WWE and Paul Heyman had no plans for Liv Morgan at all with this storyline. It was supposed to be a one-night pop with zero follow-up at all, and that's exactly what ended up happening. Basically, it was just meant to be a one-night only story, and they had no material ready to continue the story after the wedding. That's why everything that happened after the wedding between Lana and Liv Morgan felt so dull and generic. It's because they were just winging it every week, since they really had no story prepped for Liv Morgan and Lana. It was just meant as a small reason to get Liv Morgan up and running again and bring her back to television. And just by telling how the story played out, this report seems absolutely true. We had this huge reveal at the wedding that spiked everyone's interest, and then it was followed up with nothing at all. It didn't do anything for the characters, and it just kind of feels like it never happened at all. Not to mention, it also feels like Liv Morgan is sort of back to square one. Sure, she just got a huge WrestleMania win, but it was the kickoff show. They couldn't find a way to get her onto the main card. Then she followed up her WrestleMania match by tapping out on Raw, and now she's been wrestling on WWE Main Event as well. So she's still making waves. She's proving herself in the ring and survived a wave of WWE releases on Black Wednesday. So that could be a good sign that the company still has plans for her. It's just such a shame because her return really had so much potential and hype to be something special, and it was just wasted as a part of a one-night pop story. Liv absolutely deserved to come back with some sort of plan and direction after all the hype she built up for her return. That's another thing too. WWE didn't build the hype for Liv. She was able to build the hype and get fans excited for her return herself from some cryptic messages on social media. She really had the ball rolling with so much hype. All these videos, hints, and cryptic messages about her new character pretty much meant nothing at the end. So it was all wasted. We did get those few bathroom videos leading up to her return during the wedding, but those teasers also look like they meant nothing and was probably just meant to mislead us. The whole one night only story with the wedding probably would have been better with any other woman on the roster taking that spot over Liv. Maybe someone like Dana Brooke would have been perfect for that one night story. But Liv Morgan just seemed like such a big name and a big return to waste on a one night only story that WWE had no other plans for. Gotta give credit to Liv Morgan and Lana though, because they were really trying to build a story from that wedding date, and they tried their best to build from pretty much nothing. We saw Liv Morgan post a few pictures of herself and Lana from when they were hanging out together a few years ago. There were even video clips from Instagram of where they're together, and Lana says to the camera, "Isn't Liv so perfect, you guys?" So we were all thinking at the time, maybe there is some story that WWE is going to tell here. But obviously, that never happened. So it's not that Liv lost any momentum. She's only getting better in every category. But it just feels like there's no real direction for her once again. So for today's bonus story, we'll be taking a look at one superstar who's loving the empty arena shows for one specific reason. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Do you think Liv Morgan's return was wasted? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.